Went back home. A few weeks later, family got in a meeting. The way that we do things, we have family meetings to talk about things. While I'm back home, I'm looking for different colleges and everything like that. At the same time, looking for jobs. Everything was tight. Couldn't find a job, couldn't do anything. Every time there's a big decision to make, we had a family meeting. So then we have a family meeting. My uncle's there, my aunt's there, grandma's there, mom, stepdad, and they're just talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Reggie, you did what you did. We're kind of disappointed in you, but we got to move on, stuff like that. And they were trying to decide if I should go back to college again. And everybody, my uncles was like, what does Reggie want to do? It's not up to y'all. Reggie doesn't have a choice in this because he had his chance. That's what my parents were saying. And my mom made the comment, and it irks me till this day. And it really pissed me off when she said this. She was like, I'm the only one that's ever been there for Reggie. For the longest time, that has been true. But Nana was there for me during college. After it was a little bit in between my senior year, me and my grandma started building a bond of good friendship. And we used to talk occasionally. I used to call her, she used to call me. During college, nobody called me more on my phone than my grandmother. Nobody sent me more things more than matter of fucking fact, I think my parents probably sent me something once, and my grandma sent me something every other week. And it ain't all about the gifts and everything like that, but it's just the fact that my mom said what she said. She was like, I'm the only one that was there for Reggie, stuff like that. My grandma was in the car too, you know what I'm saying? And it shut my grandma up. My grandma just looked at her like, what? And my mom is a very, very, something doesn't go her way, she snaps like that. What led to that was her husband was like, well, I was there too, baby. I've always been there for Reggie, you know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm looking at this whole thing. This isn't about Reggie. This is about y'all. This is about everybody trying to get credit from me. That's what life is all about when it comes to friendships and family, to me now. Now that I'm older, I don't fuck with nobody. I don't do that shit. I say, hey, bye, hey, how you doing? And move the fuck on. Because I realize that, and sometimes in life, people only show love for you, so later down the road, they can take credit from you. Come on, man. And that's exactly what was happening. It was happening in front of my face. And I didn't realize that. But when I did, I was like, God damn. I was like, my grandma, she really didn't care. My grandma was like, okay, yeah, you're there for him his whole life. It's all you. Stepdad, he was upset. He was like, I can't believe she's gonna do this in front of me, in front of my face. So he shut up the whole time. My mom's steady talking. So I'm at the table, I'm crying and everything like that. I'm telling them about my experience. Nobody gives a fuck at the table. Probably other than my uncle, because he's the only one that's smiling at the story. Telling about my best friend, telling the situation I learned. Nobody gives a fuck about what Reggie's going through, because the only thing they look at in their eyes is I failed. I failed. And I had a chance to go to college. I blew it. Tried to commit suicide. I tried to throw my life away. I blew it. I'm a failure. That's it. That's how they look at me. Throughout this whole conversation, when we had this meeting, that's how they looked at me. So then, after the meeting, one of my uncles was like, man, we done wore Reggie out, man. We've been talking for about hours, man. Let's get out of here, man. Hopefully Reggie can find a college to go to and play ball at and get a degree and move on. And my mom, everybody walked off. And I went through another depressed stage. Summers was bad. I felt worthless. Every day I would come home and I worked here and there. I worked at a little car wash. I worked at some temp agencies, but my parents made me feel worthless, man. They told me to save up some money, about $500 for a car. I did that one day. Went up to my mom and I called her, and I was like, hey, I got $500, are you gonna, because they were supposed to help me out with the rest. And then my mom started shooting me some stuff like, Reggie, well, no, that's not enough, or something like that. And I was like, well, you told me to get this, I'm meeting you here. You told me this is what to get, and I finally met up that goal, and I got it. So what do you want me to do? Just start blasting on me, going off on me. And then what happened was, she told me bye, and I hung up the phone. Calls me back. Don't you ever fucking hang up in my face again. Do you know who the fuck you talking to, and everything like that? And I'm like, you told me bye. Don't hang up until I hang up. Huh? So my thing is, I'm like, you must be frustrated today. Come to find out later down the years, I've realized my mom remembers this conversation. My mom finally realized that I was her main objective. I was the main person that she could go to abuse, and mentally and physically and emotionally, and make them treat them like shit. She might not think so, but that's how I looked at it, and she realized it eventually. Come to find out, my grandma told me that she remembered that day. My mom did too, and my mom was just having a bad day. And since I called her, and I was the easiest person to talk to and lash out at, she let that happen, and she lashed out at me, and I was hurt. I was hurt, man, because I'm calling you because you told me to meet you halfway with something when I had the money, and I'm in a good mood and everything, and you're in a bad mood, and you just take all your frustration out on me. And then my grandma also told me when she got off the phone, my grandma told her, why did you do that? And then my mom was like, I don't know.